welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a little bit different, but I figured I'd share it because there's different ways that work for different people, different methods. And so you got to figure out what's going to work for you. This is what worked for me. I want to give y'all a little bit of a backstory of when I started biting my nails because I've been biting them for well over 20 years. And sometimes, yeah, I do fall back, but I figured I'd want to put this tip out there because it might stop one of you guys for good. And I think I've been biting my nails since I started growing teeth, honestly. I couldn't tell you, but my mom says that I was very, very tiny. There were several times my dad would tell me, like, if you don't stop one of these days, I'm gonna, like, lick your fingers. That way so you're grossed out, and then you don't do it no more. But clearly, I wasn't scared, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it anyways. And then I ended up getting headgear. And then my parents were kind of like freaked out because it did look painful. But they were like, once she's got this, there's no more nail biting. No, guys, when I say I was addicted, I was addicted. The wire that was in front of my teeth didn't interfere with the fact that I could still get to my nails. What? So headgear didn't work. And I wore headgear for 4 years. And within those 4 years, no, like I was still able to access my fingers to bite my fingernails. And then braces came along after those 4 years of me wearing a headgear. It still didn't stop me. But then it came the time where, you know, you date and you have the fear that they're gonna be looking at your fingers and judging you. You know what I mean? So I was just like, well, one of these days, like, I get a boyfriend, they're gonna look at my nails, and one of these days too, like, I'm gonna get engaged, and I'm gonna have to have pictures taken for me to have a ring. And like, these were all thoughts of me thinking about myself in the future, or even job interviews, like me going in, them looking at my fingers while I'm signing papers, like all kinds of those thoughts were going through my head. But no matter what I did, I couldn't stop. I really couldn't stop. And it really does things to your self-esteem. Because imagine this, you've already worn a headgear, that does things to your self-esteem. Braces, that does stuff to your self-esteem. And then the biting your nails on top of that, I felt like an ugly person. So something had to be done. And I wanted to stop. And I would tell myself, I'm gonna stop. But there was just no way. I started to turn to YouTube, trying to figure out videos, like trying to watch videos on how to figure out how to stop biting my nails because it was time. And people were like, tie an elastic to your wrist, and that's gonna help you. And so every time you do it, you stretch it, and then it'll hurt you, and it'll start triggering you to not do it no more. That didn't work. I tried that. It didn't work. And then another tip was to try that bitter nail polish. And so I did. I tried that out. Believe it or not, shortly after, I got a date. And when I had this date, I was drinking out of my drink, and the nail polish, it started to, like, you know how when you drink a drink and it kind of sweats a little bit, and then they get, yeah, you can see where this is going. So my fingers were wet, and it transferred the nail polish flavor onto the drink. And so when I went like this, I tasted it, but it was all over my drink, you guys. So the whole entire time on the date, I'm going, it's gross. It really, really was gross. My date turns and looks at me. He's like, what is wrong? And I'm just like, well, I'm trying to stop nail biting, and it's just not working for me using this nail polish. And so I was like, I have to figure out a different method because it's kind of embarrassing, especially if you're out in public and you can't really enjoy your food. And obviously that should have been enough for me to be like, you gotta stop. So anyways, there came a time that I was outside at work and I was with an employee, and this particular employee was looking at flowers with me, and I picked one of the flowers and I went to go smell it, and he said, "Hold up, can I see your nails?" And instantly, this is like the first thing you do is you try to hide your nails. He said, "I'll quit smoking if you stop biting your nails." And I said, "You're on."
No.
I made a bet with him. Hang on.
No.
So I took him up on this bet. It wasn't like anything as if you lose, this is what happens. But it was just kind of those things, us testing each other to see who would do better. And I was determined to win. I kind of try to work it out in a way that our work schedules would kind of come together. But we were scheduled at different times so that we wouldn't be able to check up on each other like I was hoping we could. We started on a Monday, I want to say. I think it was on a Monday. And I think 3 days in, he came in and he said, "I have a confession to make." And I said, "Me too." He said, "I smoked 3 cigarettes." And I said, "I bit 2 nails." So we weren't doing good at all. But after I had literally confessed to him that I had bit 2 nails, I said, I gotta do better. And going to lunch, I was listening to K-Love. And it was talking about how you can go a certain amount of days to quit a bad habit. And I said, I think I can pull that off. I think I can take this as my sign, and I'm gonna run with it, and I'm gonna do it. Because I had already been, I guess, like, betted, but now I felt like Caleb was challenging me to quit. I said, "Thank you, Lord. This is my sign. This is what I needed." And then I stopped, you guys. I really did stop. I started getting my nails done with my mom. One of my friends at work had told me, "You've ever heard of shellac?" And I said, "No," clearly, because I'd never gotten my nails done. And she said, well, besides the acrylic, my mom used to do acrylics for me, and then I would get really, really bad reactions because I even tried that, guys. Like, I've tried a lot of stuff. I've tried the garlic, I've tried the spicy, I've tried the rubber bands, I've tried the nail polish, you name it. Everything out there, like, I've tried. Because whenever you have this addiction, it's so hard for you to stop. But you can stop, because I did. So anyways, I went and got shellac done, and then 9 months after getting my fingers done for so long, 9 months, like I said, my body flipped out on me. And I was like, what the heck? So if my body flipped out on me, I started to get blisters on my fingers. I started to get super depressed because I was just like, I worked so hard for my fingers to look so pretty, and now they're all messed up. So then I started biting again after, my fingers got better and all that. I was like, what's the point? Like, my fingers are already all scabby and retarded looking, and I just wasn't in a good place. So I started biting them again, and you scared me, son. So yeah, I started biting them again because sometimes you just fall into relapses. Like, even still to now, I can go without biting my nails, but then sometimes you don't think about it and then it just happens. You know what I mean? But you can stop. So if it helps you, if it genuinely helps you to make a bet with a friend or try to challenge yourself, because I did it twice. I challenged myself with 2 different people. I bet them challenges. With another friend of mine. What, Bubba? Thank you. Thank you. You had a penalty if you messed up because they were also nail biters. You know what I mean? So challenge yourself with somebody else in order to stop. It is possible. Hopefully this video helped you. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.